so many times we talk about things and then we don't finish what we were talking about. And I'll run into people, I'll meet them after the show. Hey, Sebastian's still doing 5 showers a day? You know, obviously I don't know the answer to that, but I can bring it back and ask on the cast. So it's about following up on loose ends, man. And it's been a hit, and it's been like really fun to meet these listeners because they are like so into it. It's like flattering as hell, man. They go back and re-listen and this and that. Just great people, man. So you'd have fun connecting, and they all always say hi to you.
Yeah, you had a guy in bed that you looked like you were kind of pissed off about. Some guy taking the call from the sheets. Come on, guy.
Yeah, and it's like, I'm glad you're comfortable, but you know, I mean, in your bed. Then, but then last week, this past Tuesday, we had a guy. I don't know if Cancerfist is in today over there on your end, but he's been great with it. We had a guy from a pharmacy outside of Chicago, and you could see all the pills behind them. I'm like, what's going on? He goes, I told all my employees, if Pete picks up, give me 15 minutes, just get out of here, or we're not taking anything for 15 minutes. So people were waiting for that penicillin while I was talking to, his real name is Yusef, but he goes by Joe. What's your take on that? He says, it's just easier to say Joseph than Yusef. I'm like, guy, I feel like you're afraid you're not going to get what you need. And he says, I go, they're not even similar. And he goes, well, Joseph is the same character as Yusef. I don't know, man. But anyway,
well, they sound the same. Yusef, Joseph. It sounds very similar, right?
Yeah.
So
I guess so.
It's what a lot of these foreign people do when they come over here. They adopt an Americanized name because they want to either blend in, or maybe their name is too hard to pronounce. My brother-in-law did it. His name is Nick, but his birth name is Yaniv. So would you walk around saying, my name is Yaniv? And then you got to go, hey, Yaniv.
Listen,
it's easy.
I'm not in your brother-in-law's shoes, but I got to say, I like Yaniv. I remember a Yaniv. I met a lot of Nicks. You know what I'm saying? I meet you at a party. I say to my wife, Yaniv was fucking hilarious. I had a blast with Yaniv. If it was Nick, I might go, was it Frank? Tony? Vinny? Nick?
I agree. These kind of names that are a little obscure, I tend to remember more than a John, a Pete, a Mark. I put Pete in there just to see what you would do, to see if I had any nonverbal reaction. You didn't give me any, which would suggest that you think Pete is in the realm of just a John, Tom, that's kind of in that grouping,
outskirts. Little outskirty, little on the outskirts. I was actually wondering in my head, if I was in Israel, what would I be? He'd go back to Yaniv. What if Pete, like, and like, that's got to be neat. You
What's
get to
your
another
Israeli
country
name?
and they're like, right? They go, listen, we're going to give you 10. You look in the mirror, say it to yourself, see what fits like a suit. Can you imagine picking a new name? What would you go with, bro?
Oh, wow. Gee, that's a great question.
Even if you had to go with an American name. Oh, God, dude, I'd be a Tony. I wish I could switch it now. If I was Tony, I'd be famous.
Really?
I'd be famous already if I was Tony.
No. That's the same as Pete. Same thing.
Nah, Tony. Pete.
Nah,
Tony.
I think...
T. Big T. Even if you get fat, you're Big T.
Big T.
You don't go Big P. Big P. Who's taking a piss? Big P? Ridiculous. Bro, and you got your name so locked down. What's amazing is someone called in to Loose Ends and said, tell Seb I said hi. And I go, it's Sebastian. And he goes, I know, I was just busting shot. Like, not only do you correct people, you got your friends correcting people when someone calls you Seb in a back. Like, that's what... So not only should your brother-in-law stuck with his name, but like, I don't know. I'm just saying that it's everyone has to do what they got to do. But I like Yaniv. I like that name a lot. I'm not gonna lie.
I like Yaniv too. I like the fact that Tony has. You could turn it into Anthony at a certain age. Like you switch over.
Yeah.
Like
Only
if
your
you
mother
get
and
into
your wife call you Anthony. Everyone else calls you Tony. But your wife's like, Anthony! Oh, that's like I love you in Italian. Anthony! I love bro, if you're Tony, you bite into pizza, whatever you say about that pizza, that's it. That's final. Your name is Tony. Right? I'm not going to you for a sushi fucking reco, but you know your pizza.